Mr. Vance looked up from Grandpa Leo's will and asked who wanted the $2.3 million Malibu beach house, and the next 5 minutes completely destroyed our family. If nobody confessed their deepest, darkest secret before the clock ran out, the deed was going straight to the Save the Manatees Foundation. The 10 of us were already practically clawing at each other in the mahogany-paneled law office, eyes glued to that golden piece of paper. We were all broke, desperate, and entirely fake, so Mr. Vance set a kitchen timer on the desk, slammed his hand down, and said, 5 minutes, start talking. Aunt Margaret practically shoved Uncle Arthur out of the way to scream. I poisoned Arthur's purebred golden retriever in 2018 because it looked at me with smug eyes. Helen gasped so hard she choked on her iced coffee, spraying it all over Chloe's white Prada bag. Chloe didn't even wipe it off, just shrieked, I don't care, I've been secretly feeding my vegan boyfriend actual human hair for 3 months to see if he'd notice. Derek knocked over a floor lamp laughing hysterically, sending a shower of brass and glass over the Persian rug. For minutes, Mr. Vance droned, not looking up from his crossword puzzle. Uncle Greg stood up on a leather chair and yelled, I'm the one who reported Susan to the IRS, and I used the whistleblower money to buy a speedboat I named Suck It Susan. Susan lunged at him like a wild animal, tearing the sleeve right off his suit jacket as they crashed hard into the mahogany bookshelf. I hire expensive escorts to dress up as giant geckos and sing me lullabies. Derek blurted out over the scuffle. The room froze for a split second of pure, disgusted silence before Cousin Timmy chucked a heavy metal stapler right at his head. 2 minutes, Vance muttered. Brenda slammed her fists on the desk, screaming, I swapped Mom's ashes with strawberry Nesquik powder so I could pawn her antique urn to pay off my Russian bookie. Margaret fainted dead away onto the rug with a heavy thud. Uncle Arthur stepped right over his unconscious sister, bawling, I write hardcore erotic fanfiction about the Michelin Man, and I make 30 grand a month doing it. 1 minute, Vance warned, tapping his pen. Suddenly, Bryce, our perfect, Ivy League, Yale med student golden boy, cleared his throat, his face pale as a ghost. I've never been to med school, Bryce whispered, shaking uncontrollably. I spent the last 4 years living inside the drop ceiling of a New Jersey Chuck E. Cheese, sustaining myself entirely on stolen pepperoni and convincing the teenage night staff I was an animatronic rat cursed with human sentience. Aunt Helen screamed so loud the glass water pitcher on the desk literally shattered into a million pieces. Mr. Vance sighed, slammed his hand on the timer with 5 seconds left on the dial, and said, well, that's almost as bad as the fact that Grandpa Leo didn't actually die of natural causes, because 15 years ago I